That's the beauty about it, is we have this time while everybody else is getting scared away from the market to continue watching and just laugh at the bullshit. Like,
we want to be freaking scooping it up like pelicans.
Exactly.
Biggs and Boggs.
Hey guys, and welcome back to your Future Hand with Biggs and Boggs. I'm Marty Boggs.
And I'm Julian Biggs.
And we got Spencer on sound and screens. Thanks for joining us today, folks. We got a real good episode, so make sure you smash that like button.
Smash it.
It's actually my birthday, so do it for me. And let's get right into it. What are we up to today, and how can we plan for tomorrow? Julian.
Happy birthday, Marty.
Thanks, man. 32 experience level.
Experience points. Yeah, so we're going to talk about some market scare tactics, kind of what we're seeing, some fear around Coinbase and Kraken. You know, maybe this is something serious to look at. So we'll talk about that a little bit, and just, kind of
see what's going on.
See what's going on.
Market scope?
Market scope first, of course. Yeah. All right. It's a little slow moving today. We had a good long weekend, a little bit tired today, but we are looking at the Bitcoin versus US dollar chart on the daily time frame here. We're getting zoomed in, and still these same circles we've been drawing, one of those each week. We've been coming to you with updates here. It's our episode. So as you can see, we are nice and low below the 20 here, and seeming to be finding a bit of a floor, and now I believe we'll see a test of this 20 period moving average here again before possibly another move down. But again, I don't really think anything overly exciting is happening right now. As you can see, we are just kind of hitting this recessionary time, and it's going to drag out for, again, like we said, you know, maybe it could be 6 months, it could be 18 months, right? So
could be 5 years.
It could be 5 years.
It was a pretty big, you know, inflationary situation that you know, put us here.
Yeah.
So,
and we're seeing, and
what goes up must come down.
That's right.
Simple, and it went up a lot.
That's right.
It was
so. I mean, things right now are actually looking, you know, like they could be positive for this week. To be honest, we could see a target into the 20,000s again here, potentially with a move up this week. So. You know, but I don't think anything too exciting.
No, but ultimately we're not seeing as much volume. What we're seeing actually is a lot of people getting scared out of the market by design, specifically, you know, to get people out of the market.
Yeah.
They're trying to get you to sell at a loss because that's how they make money. So you have people like, I guess, Craig Wright coming out and saying, like, take your money off of all these platforms. This is your fair warning. This guy is known for stirring the shit pot. Like, that's what he does.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say everything he says. You can pretty much do the opposite and you'll be good, because obviously nobody knows.
But if you're not trading, and you're not trading with leverage or anything like that, then I do suggest people getting into hard wallets and things like that. So a Lantern a Nano Ledger.
Yeah.
Something like that. And now there is staking options too. I just saw an article that came out yesterday about staking DOT through your ledger, which is pretty cool. So
yeah, your keys, your crypto, and staking, that's pretty cool.
So you know, the hard wallet, that's what's going to give you the custodianship. Like, you're going to have self-custody of those coins, and that's what you want. So if it is on exchange, it's obviously liable to seizure because it's not...
Yeah, well, you're not holding it. You're just you have an account that's holding it on this platform, just like you have a Facebook account or whatever, right? Like, you don't own that account.
So if you're not an active trader and you're in this for the 10-year plan, like we are, where they're holding accounts and things like that, then a Nano Ledger is probably in your best interest.
Which is, you know, cold storage, which you've probably heard before.
So
and that's just offline.
If you're using Coinbase and going to continue to use that as your fiat on-ramp, and then, you know, you move it to your cold storage, whether that's a wallet on your computer or and
that's how you stay safe through these times. And
stay safe out there.
So I just want to say, like you just said, you're using Coinbase to, you know, DCA or whatever, but now we have Craig saying that Coinbase won't be around in, what did he say, like a couple months or something. He thinks it's he basically the way the market is going right now, everybody's calling out the foreclosure basically of borrowed money. The market skyrockets up, and people borrow a ton of money from everybody that they can to profit off of this. And then when the market goes down, they can't pay those people that they borrowed the money off back, right? So if they weren't able to sell at the top, which a lot of people didn't, because a lot of people expected 100K, because that's what everybody was saying. So, and then there was the double top too. So when it had that bounce around 28K the first time, and then it started going back up again, and we did see a higher high, like we did break that previous high. Nobody was thinking it's a time to sell. Like, it's like we just broke a previous high. Normally when you break a previous high, you make a substantially higher high. But anyways, that's the M pattern, the double top that we saw, and it's basically played out exactly how most M double top patterns play out, and it comes back down all the way to the neckline and then some. So
Right.
we obviously don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I can tell you right now, what I'm seeing all over the internet, all over even the news and stuff, is just typical scare tactics, right? They want to get you out of the market so they can get in at lower prices. We know the fundamentals of Bitcoin. We know that it has a very good potential to have a large part of our future as a society, as an economy.
Yeah.
We are focused on, or we rely on, a positive GDP number every month to sustain growth and to sustain stability. That's stupid. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. We do not need to maintain growth every single month to be stable. We have the technology, we have the means to be able to just be okay, fair trade. We don't need to do like, okay, let's pump this up for a bit and everybody over here gets screwed. Okay, now let's pump this up for a bit, now everybody here gets screwed. It's just dumb. So Bitcoin is the answer to that. It's gonna take a long time to take over.
And Grayscale, I believe it's Grayscale now too, suing the SEC. So the spot ETFs keep getting rejected from the stock exchange, and now they're unhappy. They really have no reason to keep doing this, and they haven't given any regulation or direction for crypto, and there's no reason for it. So they're actually suing the SEC now to make that happen. And if spot ETFs do find a spot on the stock exchange, we're going to see a huge parabolic
Oh
move
man,
to the
it's going to
upside.
be insane. That's what we're in for. That's what we're waiting for.
Yeah.
And if you're not familiar with Grayscale, they are the #1 holder of Bitcoin, I do believe, and they're an American.
Yeah, they're large.
They're up there anyways.
Hedge fund company.
Exactly. So they're an investment firm, and they deal with billions and billions, if not trillions of dollars, right? So them being one of the largest holders of Bitcoin, also being one of the largest holders of real estate in like places like New York and other places that have very high real estate value, like they wouldn't be holding it if they didn't, they know what they're doing. I'm pretty confident in, swimming with the whales, so to speak. You can see it now. It's all in the blockchain. It's all transparent for everybody to find out if you know how to take the time and figure it out. It's that's what we're here for. We're trying to help everybody. We notice this. We want everybody to have equal chance and everybody to get on early, because that's how everything in this world works. If you get in early, you profit. You get the advantages that other people that come in later don't. Doesn't matter whether it has to do with money or that has to do a house, anything, everything, the internet, right? Exactly. Early bird gets the worm. So we are still early. As far as price prediction for me, I'd say I wouldn't be surprised if we see 17K. A lot of people say, over the next year. But a couple of weeks ago, we didn't think we were going to go below 20, and we went.
And it was the rejection of that spot.
Yeah, that dropped it down,
and it dumped below 20K.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that people are still waiting, a lot of things that people are still working on. But that's the beauty about it, is we have this time while everybody else is getting scared away from the market to continue watching and just laugh at the bullshit. Like,
we want to be freaking scooping it up like pelicans.
Exactly. Like, well, I mean, you never invest more than you can afford to lose, right? Because that's the #1 game, and that's how investors get in. They just put as much money out there and spend as much money into investments that doesn't matter. It's not going to hurt them if they lose it.
I had a guy ask me yesterday, he's like, do you think right now is a good time to put in 10K? I'm like, well, if you can afford to lose it, then yeah, man, like, yeah.
And honestly, my answer to that would be, if you really want to, put 1K in right now, and then DCA the rest in.
Buy 1K a week for the next 10 weeks or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Something like that.
Anyway, but I was like, I'm not going to give you.
I know people every single time people are like, oh, I just want to put it all in once. It's like, no, don't ever do that. Never do that. Why? That's like the #1 mistake.
Well, if you can afford not to touch that 10K for the next 10 years, then yes. Throw that 10K in right now.
I guess so, but even then, it's like you're not educating yourself if you do that, though. If you do that, you're just putting a 10K and you're walking away and you're hoping that one day it's going to be better. If you continue to have a plan and dollar cost average, you're watching the market, at least once a day or whatever. You're checking the charts. You're starting to see patterns, get familiar with how things work, and you're paying attention. You're still in. You got to always look for those good buying opportunities, because you make your money when you buy, right? Like your position is what your position is when you buy. That's your position, and you want your positions to be as low as possible, obviously, right? So you can make money. So if you buy, that's why we just dollar cost average in the whole way down and then dollar cost average out the whole way up, or anything like that. But I don't know, my personal investment strategy for the next little bit here is I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to keep DCAing. I'm not going to be pulling much off of my off of the exchanges that I'm on. I'm on BlockFi. I think it's going to be fine. If it's not, well, whatever. I have other wallets, and get a bit of cold storage, maybe put a little bit more on cold storage than normal, and trade with a little bit less.
I could get the storage game up.
But like honestly, all this stuff just seems like scare-tastic to me. Recession, blah blah blah.
Big
blah,
fear in the market.
Yeah,
and it's like they want to hold it down right now for like I said, probably a while. At least 10 months.
Yeah. Well, they got a lot of shit to figure out, right? We know that.
Yeah,
we know that. So I mean, they're gonna take their time. But that's how it's gonna work, and things are gonna build. And as soon as you're not paying attention, that's when it's gonna explode again.
Bada boom.
Right. So keep your eyes on the prize. Don't get distracted. And hope you guys are doing well out there.
Do the things.
Yeah, smash that like button. Pigs and Bogs out. Peace.
Pigs and Bogs.
That was all right.
Was mint.
I'm a little lackluster today, but